What's going on, YouTube? We've got another Trader Talk session live here during the market hours. It is about 11:25 a.m. Eastern time. Going to send out a link to all of our chats, and we'll be back here in voice going over these charts. Right now we have PEV moving on the scanner. So if I pull over our bullish momentum, you'll see PEV. 15 million share float. We'll go over this one in just a minute, and I'll be right back. All right, we've got the link out. Now let me get into the chat. I'll be in the chat with you guys, so if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in chat, but I'll be going over different ticker symbols that we have hitting the scans today. I'll go over what I'm seeing and why we're pulling up the charts, why we have them marked, and what to look for. This is a casual session. Probably won't take any trades here live, but I may. We'll see what we have to for our setup. So no position for myself at this time. I am green on the day, small on PRZO. We'll go over PRZO's chart in just a moment. Let me say hey in chat. So I am in the YouTube chat. If you guys have any questions, I will be checking that throughout this session, and we'll go over what you guys put in there as well. All right. We've got PEV. The reason we have PEV on the chart here is we've got the high of day plus volume scanner. PEV from 1122 is letting us know that it's hitting highs, and it has some volume to combine with those highs. So that's pretty important. We've got our bullish momentum is letting us know where the value is in the market. This is our radar, right? We've got to have these scanners, and this is built through Trade Ideas. And this is my bullish momentum scanner right here, and it's really helpful to be able to spot where the volume or value is in the market, right? We have levels marked here on PEV, and it looks kind of like a mess to me. And that's because we have too many levels. And whenever I see too many levels like this, I consider this to be a cluster of resistance, which if you've watched any of my videos in the past, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, but this is something we go over in our strategy guide as well. Cluster of resistance is just a whole grouping of lines and levels that you see. So if I ever post a chart, say in Benzinga, or I post it in our Discord, or I post it on one of the chats we're in, then what will happen, or what I'm saying there is, look at that. You're seeing resistance above, right? So the current price is here. We can tell the high was right here at 194. So we know we've got resistance levels above that, 199, 203, 205. We know we had a red flag on this. If I zoom in, red flag, and it kind of looks like a mess because they're combined together, but it's letting me know that this is in a bullish vertical trend, and we've got this red flag at the top of that move letting us know that it's basically entering overbought. You can see this tag here saying entering overbought. And we have a few different things that I will go over here. We've got a new indicator as well. So if I pull up, let's see, PEV on this chart, you'll see it with our new indicator only, and you'll see that we have that cluster of resistance above, right? That was that cluster of resistance. So this one's not showing the key levels on the chart. What it's showing is very common levels that traders will use. You'll see that we have a number of lines, levels, what that level is, and exactly what we're looking at. So this is a 1-minute 9 EMA at $1.70 right now, and it's always adjusting with the price. So as the price moves and the volume increases or decreases, so will these levels here. They will move with that price. So what are we looking at here? We've got halt levels high, halt level high here, and halt level low here. that is looking for the halt levels. So we're looking for where it may possibly halt, and these levels are going to give us that indication of when that may happen. So we want to be careful with that. So what that tells me is if we start to gap up into a halt level, then, and if I'm in the position, then I may want to take profit, right? So that's the idea behind the halt level, because I don't like getting stuck in those halts, because typically they last for at least 5 minutes, sometimes 10 or longer. And so I want to be careful getting stuck in those, because I like to be in and out of my positions pretty fast. So the halt level is 194 to the high side, which is up. You can see a percentage here, 12%. Now about 11.8%. And this again will adjust with the price and volume. So as the price and volume adjusts, so will these levels. Now these levels are, they're constantly moving, right? They're constantly updating. What we have on this chart here, these levels are set in stone. These are our major key levels. So I have major key levels set, 205, 203, 199. So if I'm trading my strategy, I'm looking for bullish momentum. I'm looking for confirmation, right? So that's why we have this scanner that is designed to look for that and fast and eliminate the BS. So if I scroll down on the scanner, you'll see there's not a whole lot of other alerts other than PEV. We've got some here on MTEK, which we can take a look at. We've got some alerts down here, but you can see that the consecutive alerts and the colored alerts, which means that it's prime time, according to the scanner, and high volume. So we can see that those maybe are the ones I want to focus in on, right? That's where I may want to look for opportunity. Well, we have that here. We have PEV is closed above this 170 level over here. It did have a bullish vertical trend, but ripped up, hit targets immediately. And we did have the chart in before this move, but guys, it happened so fast, I wasn't able to catch it. I'm not sure if you were able to, but very fast move. This would be a risk it for the biscuit type of trade. And that's because we have a cluster of resistance on these key levels set above. Now we have multiple key levels. We've got gaps above. So when I mark this chart like I do, what I'm looking for is these gaps to give us a nice entry and risk to reward. So this is 8% on that gap there. This is, let's see, about 12% on this gap above. So maybe I want to set alerts on those gaps, and maybe I'll be more open to trading those gaps. But you can only see that if you mark these levels beforehand. So after we mark the support and resistance, we can then easily verify where the cleaner gaps would be and where the higher probability type of trades would be. And just because we have a massive gap doesn't mean it's going to get filled. So let's be honest about that. That's not the case. What we're saying is that if there's a massive gap, then the probability of getting 10 cents or so out of that gap, depending on the price, of course, is more likely. So the probability is higher. And that's what we're trying to do, just increase our odds of probability. So that is PEV. These are the levels set in stone. So I see a cluster of resistance. That's going to be an issue. Now, if we hop over to our indicator here, it's plotting lines that are going to be really commonly used by different traders. So we've got the 1 minute 9 EMA at 173. It's minus a percent, basically 1% down from the current price. And you can see now it's there. So as you can tell, the line just changed colors, right? So now it's red. So what that's doing is every time the price action goes above or below these lines, it's going to change the color of that line to let us know that it's either resistance or support. At this time, this 9 EMA has been acting as a support, but if we close below, that would be bearish. That would be an act of basically a bearish move or signal that a lot of traders look for. You can see it did not close under, but this candle opened under, and so it's struggling here, and it's going to keep changing colors for us here. You can see the levels above, overbought level at $1.88. That's about 8% up, now 7% up from the current price. And you can see the profit target level, the short watch level, and the halt level are all about in the same area. So what this is doing is creating a zone that's going to be a resistance zone now. So if I'm in the position and we start to gap up into that zone, this is going to tell me to start taking profit, as this, of course, is listed as a profit target level. So I want to secure profit because it could, of course, knife or start to gap back down from that level, and I want to be very careful. So down below, the opposite effect is true as well. We have a area of value down here. So if I'm looking for an area of value and possible bounce watch type of trades and plays, then I may be looking at this here. Let me do this. So you may see that this, and look at that. Look how it just drops into this zone. So this is really interesting. You can look at the pop. So what this is doing is actually looking and predicting where those algorithms are going to be placing their orders. We're predicting that with this indicator. That's the whole plan of this indicator. And you can see, look at that, drop down to the area and just bounce back up. And look, it continues down. And see how the levels adjusted? That's because the volume and the price action is adjusting as well. So now the key levels would be further down here around this, let's see, around $1.47. The buy zone is right here at $1.49 and $1.50. So if we start to come below that, it is risky, very, very risky. But you know, we're designing a strategy around this. The goal of the strategy, of course, is going to be to mitigate risk, right? Because this is not our typical trade. This is not bullish momentum. So if we're looking for bullish momentum and we're trading the confirmation strategy, then what you would be looking for is a close over this key level, $1.88. So we set an alert like this. We, well, don't do that. Don't hit reset on your chart unless you want to do what I just did. So below the key level, $1.88. I'm going to, we want to add an alert. There we go. Hit create. Boom, we're done. We don't have to worry about this anymore. So that's for bullish momentum. That is a better setup. I like that setup better. So if we're looking for a dip buy, then that would be over here. That would be something different. If you're looking for dips and you're looking to buy pullbacks and things like that, then that's what this indicator is really geared around. Now, of course, it could provide entries and exits for possible bullish momentum, but this is more geared around finding that pullback after we have that bullish momentum. So we know on PRZO, we had that bullish momentum today. And so that's what we're looking for on this one. And we did catch it as we had this entering oversold area here, and it just came all the way up from $1.91 all the way up to 238. And let's see if we got alerts. I believe we did get alerts on this one. So if I go up to the bounce watch channel, you guys can see this. It's all of the alerts that come in today will be under October 9th. That's the right date, right? Time's flying. So we've got alerts $1.62 on PRZO at 7:16 a.m. So let's check that. 7:16 a.m. Okay, that's over here. This is 7:16 right here. So if we zoom in, this was the first alert that we had in our chat this morning. So if I pull this over, you'll see that this was the very first alert that we had this morning, $1.62, reference the chart, and it's a bounce watch alert, not a short watch. So we know it could possibly bounce from here. Well, it sure did, right? So if I zoom on out, and this is from our private Discord, you'll have all of these alerts that will come right through and let you know where these levels are. This is up 52%. That's where it hit up from there. Now, we don't look for always a 52% winner. It's not really like that. It's, again, we're increasing the probability. So if we're looking for a pullback on something that's gapping up, this provides a really nice pullback and a nice entry. We did get another oversold alert here, but these are on late prints. If I zoom in, you'll see these wonky candles. These are on late print. So if I pull this over, you'll see that we had another alert, $1.51 bounce watch alert at 8:02 a.m. And if I pull up 8:02, that's exactly this time here. So that's these alerts. This is not really what I'm looking for. This was a cleaner setup. This is on those fake alerts, basically, I call them. But anyways. PRZO at this time, right? We want to see it close over its resistance. So if I pull over our Discord quick, I just take a look at the key levels channel. You guys have access to this. Everyone who has access to the Discord has access to my key levels as well. We can see last week we had PRZO $1.53. Today we had PRZO first alert 8:16 this morning, 205 and 209 was that key level. So we want to see it close over 205 and 209, which was back here, I believe. So if I put my line at 205, it's right there. You can see it closed over, never closed below. This is 205 right here, and held and hit targets above. It wasn't the cleanest. We had these resistance levels, so it wasn't the cleanest of gaps. So again, if you're weighing out your pros and cons, maybe it wasn't something you wanted to trade. But regardless, it closed over the level, held the level, never closed back below before, sure enough, it hit multiple targets above. So this is the first and only confirmation trade of the pre-market session. So if you were trading confirmation, This is the only stock that presented that confirmation this morning. So if you traded anything else and you believe that you were trading confirmation, let me tell you and be the first to tell you that you are wrong, my friend, because this is the only stock this morning that gave us confirmation of our key levels. As you can see right here, we have that key level at 816. We had MTEK over 140 and 150. So we'll take a look at that one after. PRZO, we had another alert here worth watching at 9:16 before market open, 238, 245, and 250. So let's take a look at that. 248 and 250 were the two high levels on that. Whoa, here we go. We opened up, we fell on down, and sure enough, we gap up, and what do we hit? We hit 248, and that's exactly where we were looking to hit, and that is one of the levels that we had on our chart. So we have 245, we had 248, and we had 250. As we can see here, we did not close above that level. We can see that it hit the 248 on the head. That level is now gone. We don't want to see it test over 250 at this point. PRZO is getting some volume, but we can see that this was beautiful, guys. It hit our resistance. It was a perfect confirmation, so it's the only stock that gave us that true confirmation today. It was, of course, on our watch list. I mean, there's so many reasons why we should be watching this one. See, on the watch list here, PRZO, early bird watch. Well, we're on it. This was our watch list for Monday, and this was posted on the 6th of last week. So really cool, guys. Something that we were really aware of, knew what we were watching for, knew what we were looking for into this this position, and we were able to execute and get ourselves some change this morning. Now, I didn't make a killing on PRZO today, and the reason for it is I actually was buying into these dips right over here. So I was buying into these dips. What I'm doing is I'm using a new indicator, and you can see if I pull PRZO up, you'll see that this indicator, again, is looking for that zone of where it's going to give me those alerts. So if I'm looking for alerts on PRZO for the, a bounce watch, well, this is where it's going to come in, around 217. If I'm looking for an area to possibly take profit and scale out of my position, if we start to extend too far, that would be our profit target level, 245. So again, these levels are different than our confirmation levels. So PRZO, we have confirmation over here. So we know that if we're trading confirmation, we need to see it close over this key level of 245. So if we get over 245, we need to hit that 250 mental level. From 250, we're looking at $3. So it's really important. I want to see if we can actually get over that and reach that $3 mark. But we know that it's not confirmation until we close over 245 and 250. So we take a look over here, and guess what? Oh, well, we also have these levels, 246 as a short watch. So if we start to gap up into 250, again, it might be a great idea to lock in some of that profit. And that's what this indicator is built for, to tell me that and let me know. So we have the, let's see, the 9 EMA is above the 20 EMA. So that is a bullish signal for a lot of traders. So we've got that signaled right here. 1 minute 20 EMA is above, or excuse me, below the 1 minute 9 EMA. So if you had that on as, let's see, if I added it as, let's see, quad. We'll do quad EMAs here. This is an indicator I built. So the purple line is the 9 EMA, the yellow line is the 20 EMA, red is a 50 EMA, which I'm not so concerned with, and the 200 is the blue down below. I have these instead of as this this line here, or these curved lines. I have mine set as actual horizontal lines, so it makes it easier for me in my opinion. So let me get this back off for now. What this is saying is that this 20 EMA is below the 9 EMA. So the 9 EMA is trending above the 20. That's bullish. That's good. So maybe that's a signal for some. So that's why that's on this indicator. It also is adjusting a trailing stop loss. Now, this is a stop loss based on wherever the price is on the chart. So right now, 235 is the price. So the trailing stop loss, if I were to enter now, would be around 225 is where I should have it trailing. So that's what that indicator is telling me. Now, I can go into the indicator, into the settings, and I can go all the way down to the bottom, and I can actually add, and these are just all settings. I can change the size of the lines, the size of the text, all that good stuff. But here's a manual ATR. So I can click these on, and I can say, okay, I want to get in at 250. So if I get in at 250, or let's say at the current price now, so say we get in at 230, just below the current price, and hit OK. What that's going to do is it's going to now plot on the chart, another stop loss. So we have the trailing stop loss here at 4% down. That would be 226, 227. And you have a trailing stop loss down below with that M, which is for manual. And that is built into the indicator. So I can adjust the price that I'm actually getting in down here at the bottom. Let me get back on it. So if you go to the bottom right here, manual ATR stop loss or trailing stop loss. So I have it valued to 2. I can have it to whatever value I want, but I can have, say, 2.5 is what I want to adjust it for. So it will adjust on the chart. I'll hit OK, and that is adjusting real time. So as the price goes up, so will my stop loss. And as it comes down, so will my stop loss, unless, of course, it gets triggered. So this is the trailing stop loss here. Down below, we have the... did I remove it? It's down here, I believe. Or maybe I'm just missing it. Maybe you guys see it and I don't. Oh, it's above the price now. So I think it's saying that I should have been stopped out by now. Let me see. Let me fix the value on this. Let's see if that does anything. Well, it's still up there. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. So we can see now it has a trailing stop loss here at 227, and it has a manual stop loss even farther down, which is kind of combined with those levels. But you guys get the idea. What it's doing is it's literally going to tell me where I should be watching for a stop loss and where it should be triggered and where I should get back out. That would only be if I'm in the position. Right now I'm not in the position, so I'm going to turn that off. So this is a manual stop loss, again, where you can type in the value, which that's what I see I was doing wrong. The value was wrong. So it was, that was not the multiplier, excuse me. So let me fix that. Let's try that again. Let's try 230, hit OK. There we go, we're done. It's going to plot it on there. It should be below, and maybe I'm just missing it again. Or maybe it's on there and I don't know. I don't know, guys. Should be on there, but for some reason it's not. So, oh, well, because I have it turned off. Come on, guys. Who's in chat right now? Tell me to wake up. Someone tell me, get in here and tell me to wake up. What's going on here? It would help if I turned on the label as well. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, wake up, guys. I got to figure it out. Trailing stop loss, M for manual. There it is, 220. So if I was in a 230, it's telling me 7% down, 220. That's the stop loss based on an ATR value. Now, I can, of course, adjust that and change that level. I can, change the average of my price, all that good stuff. So I can do that. But right now, I'm not in the position, so I'm going to turn this back off now that we finally got it to work correctly. So let me turn this off. All right, cool. So there we go. Now we have it off. Now we have the trailing stop loss down here, which again is not as important unless I'm just getting it at the price. So I know if I'm smashing the ask button, getting filled at 231, well then there's my stop loss, should be around 221, basically telling me about 10 cents. And you can see it adjusting here a little bit. So as this is moving down, we're looking at these levels below. We've got the 1 minute 200 EMA down here at 214. We've got the VWAP at 214 as well. So maybe that adds some value there. We've got a halt level at 211. We've got a trailing stop loss. So some stop loss may trigger here at 221. So again, I may look at this as a stop loss for me, or I may look at it as maybe I want to enter below as others are stopping out. I can get in and ride that quick wave back up, right? So a few different ways to look at it. We have other levels as well down below. We've got the 15-minute EMA, 200 EMA. We've got the 30-minute 200 EMA and the 1 hour 200 EMA. And I may add more levels to this, but I don't want to clutter the chart too much either. So the goal, again, is to be able to spot where it's going to bounce and where it's going to resist real time. So the levels I'm really fixated on would be this grouping of reds here and this grouping of greens here, as this is our bounce watch level and this is our take profit type of level. So pretty cool, really cool indicator, actually. What else do we have moving right now? We've got, and as the levels get crossed, you'll see alerts will come onto the the chart as well. So you can see down here oversold. The reason it's saying that it's oversold is because it must have crossed these levels. So same here, overbought over here, crossed these levels, return back down over here, overbought, crossed these levels, continued up further, and is now kind of turning back up. Let's check out HUBC, cheapo moving right now. So let's see what it says on HUBC. So HUBC is telling me that we've got a buy zone around 40 cents, just below 40. As it starts to drop, it should be between 35, 40 cents. And we've got a profit target area around 46 cents all the way up to 48 cents. So this would be our profit target area. So you want to be careful with this one. Of course, it's a cheapo, so no position for myself on this one. I like to trade stocks over $1 myself, but you know, everyone's different. Let's pull up the bullish momentum real quick. So not seeing anything really stand out. It is 11:49 a.m. Eastern time. We've got a few minutes since our last alert, and you can see it was on low volume. So really not much to watch at this time. Let's check out EJH with this indicator. So EJH is got a little pop. You can see overbought. Again, if you see that right there on the chart or on my charts, what that's saying is that it crossed this line at that time. So now that these lines are adjusting, that's why I added that feature as well to it. So those are overbought alerts. The reason I added that is so we can backtest this real time. So now I don't have to sit here and watch all day and say, oh man, I don't know if it crossed the level or not. This tells me, yes, it did cross that level. It said it was overbought, and look, it has fallen down since. Same thing over here, overbought, it's kind of sideways since. Let's see if we got any oversolds. No, over here we have a couple oversolds, but this is like spec volume, so this is nothing. I don't think I would be watching this guy. BRZO, this one has a lot more volume. You can tell by the white candles on my chart. Oversold area, overbought, 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 oversold area, oversold. So it's really easy to be able to go through. Here's oversold, overbought. Easy to go through and understand where it was oversold and where it wasn't. I mean, look at this oversold right here. Oversold. And then it just, from there, it crossed that line, went and just, you guys see what it's done since, right? Let's see. It's 163%, guys. That's 163%. And that's from Friday's price action. From Friday afternoon until early this morning in pre-market and just after, we're talking over 150% from that bounce area, from this oversold area. So you can't tell me that they're not valuable. You can't tell me that it's not something that's worth watching in this market. And that's why, again, we can get those bounce watch alerts, right? So we can get these alerts in chat. But the problem, like I said, is that if you don't know where that level is, you can sit there glued to your screen waiting for the alert over and over and over. What this is doing now is it's literally telling us where that alert may come in. So 224 is the area we can see. We've got our trailing stop loss buy zone, 225, bounce watch, 224, oversold, 226. On the high side, if it starts to gap up, we're looking at 241, 242, 243. That's going to provide pressure. That's going to provide that pressure at the top of this move. So we'll see what happens here on PRZO. We'll keep an eye on it. It does have some volume, but it's kind of trickling out a little bit. These yellow candles tell me that the volume's dying out a little bit. But if you're looking for the most volume in the market today, this is our guy right now, PRZO. It's got what, 114 million shares. Look at that pop. So look, it just hit the overbought level. See that? Look at this, guys. Look at that right there. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what we want to do. We want to predict what the algorithm is doing before they do it, right? Before they do it. Look at that example right there. We have a level at 241. What level did it hit? 241 and rejected. So obviously we're not the only ones looking at this. So the benefit to this type of indicator, right, is we're predicting the future. We're doing that. We're predicting what the algos will do, and we're taking profit before they take profit. Why? Because we know they may take profit there. So if we see this as our area of value for a possible resistance, well, maybe we want to start taking profit on the way up or even beforehand, right? Doesn't mean we won't smash through it. But again, if you're looking to secure your profit, and these are, probably more quick type of trades, depending on your approach here. But Look at that, right? 241 was our level, and you can see that these levels are now adjusting, right? So they're adjusting here. We've got a small bounce off of this level of the 20 EMA and the 9 EMA. Right now we're below the 9 EMA. We'll see what happens here. If we cross the 9 below the 20, that's a bearish signal for a lot of traders. But down below, we've got oversold levels around 227 all the way down to 225, and this will adjust. So I could see this going down to 220 if it does drop. Right now, if it gets up, I think we go up to about 245, 250 at most and fall back down. But, you know, it could close over. Again, our key levels for confirmation is going to be 245 and 250. So we want to see that close over 245 and 250. Very important levels here for confirmation. And above that, I don't have any levels all the way up to, let's see, up to $3. That's a 20% gap. So that's a really nice gap. Look at that move. Good Lord. That is gone. Look at this. Let's pull it up on this. Does it look oversold or overbought? I think so. It's right there at that halt level too. I'm surprised it didn't halt. So it's very close to halting on that move. Now we'll see what this does. Short watch level here, profit target level here, overbought level here, all have been smashed and hit. Everything is moving up here, and we can see that we may close over our key level. So let's see what happens. So we know that we have both. We'll take a look at both at the same time. So we've got both indicators at the same time here on this one. So it's a little messy, but you guys get the idea. Here's our overbought level. So we are overbought. We have the indicator telling us, hey, this is overbought right here. You want to be careful, buddy. You know, it's if you haven't gone long yet, well, you might not want to throw the kitchen sink at it. You can throw a lotto at me maybe, but don't throw everything in your wallet at this point. But that being said, this looks pretty bullish, doesn't it? So let's see what it does. So I'm not in this position, just watching here. This is for educational purposes. This is our new indicator plotted with our major key levels. $3 would be the major key level above. I've got, right now, we've got 245 major key level below, 245, 250. So at this point, needs to hold that 245, and there's good reason to hold that level. We have a lot of levels down here for a possible bounce, but right now the bounce zone is around $2.07. So this could very well gap up. Halt level to high side is 296 now. If we start to drop, we're looking at a bounce watch around 203, and I could see this actually lowering with this price. So let's see what it does. Interesting, very interesting. I'm happy to get my profit on this one and not be biting my nails right here, because this is some risky business. This is a very bullish candle. This is up 13%, and this is after earlier, guys. This had a negative 15% candle. So how about that? I mean, look at this move from our bounce watch. This was before. This was the bounce watch. 48%, almost 49%. I mean, I don't know who's holding on to a lotto at this point. I hope you are. I am not. So I hope you're in, out green at the very least. But still, if you're holding a lotto, what an absolute beautiful move right here on PRZO. So it's got this short watch right here, 276, 272, 267. It is going to struggle to get through these levels, but man, is this bullish. Let's take a look at the main chart that we have here. Closed over the level. We have a bullish vertical trend. We've got enters overbought. We want to see a retrace to 245 and hold. Close below 245 is bearish. $3 is a target. If you're in this position, $3 is target. We have no other levels here to really watch, and that's why we flip over to our newest indicator. That's going to look for those pullbacks. So now we've got this bullish momentum. We're looking for this to possibly continue higher, or we're looking for it to pull back to around, let's see, down here around $2. So $2 and below would be the valuable area. That's 60 cents below where it is now. So we'll see what happens. But halt level to the high side is just below our $3. If we gap up to 3, we may be halting here soon. This will adjust, of course. We've got 30 seconds on this candle. So PRZO is doing its thing right now. And this one doesn't have a float listed on trade ideas for whatever reason. Still, you would think that over the weekend they may get that fixed or fix something up like that, but they've been slacking, unfortunately, on the float for some reason. I think they'll fix it. They're usually pretty good about getting on top of those things. Here, HUBC making noise. Just watching this PRZO right now. This is interesting stuff. So we know that we entered overbought. We know that. That's well overbought. So here's our overbought candle. There's our short watch. here at the 274. We were predicting this before it happened, but man, this is a huge candle. This is on 2 million shares too, guys. This is a 13% move on 2 million shares. You just don't see that too often, I'll tell you. So PRZO, we're watching here, needs to hold 245, 250. Target would be 3. No position for myself. We've got a halt level at the high side around 295. That'll adjust. So I think that'll actually move up above 3, but we'll see what happens here. PRZO is giving us something. HUBC making some noise. There we go. PRZO getting a pop. We've got PRZO getting a pop here in volume. Testing these resistance levels right now. This is moving resistance, basically telling us that it's a little extended. I want to be very careful here. If I had the indicator that was painting the chart, you'll see that it's painting it red here. So we're entering overbought, entering overbought. Doesn't mean it won't continue, but does mean if I'm in the position, I like to take profit into those type of alerts. You can see we're starting to gap up here. So PRZO, what a move. Who's in chat, guys? Gonna have a sip of coffee here and reset myself. No position for myself. Sitting back watching PRZO just go. Got my popcorn ready, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful weather. Nice cool morning today. Nice day to trade. I made my pocket change on PRZO, made some lunch money. I'm happy with profits, not giving it back, so no position for myself. That being said, I mean, look at this thing go. I mean, I'm missing out on some of this, but that's okay. I don't really worry about what I miss out on as much as, what I do end up taking and trading. So I'm very fortunate to be green on the day, and I'm gonna lock that in. Make these a little bit larger. There we go. Now you can see it better, right? Overbought. And change the size of that in the settings. And the same with these levels on the side. I could change those too. I'm not sure how easy or hard they are to see for you guys. But we've got, let's see, we're testing the short watch level. 272. This is a risky level. It just moved up to 277. So 277 is this is a dangerous area right now. It's testing a recent level that is overbought. We'll see what this candle does. I would assume a pullback, but I would also not assume this candle would have happened after that type of move. But it's a really nice move regardless. If you were in from the oversold alert originally, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, we're talking we were 191 was the original alert, 195 was the second alert. So if you got in around the second alert, just about 50% on that move. That is strong. Really strong. That comes right into our chat. So you guys will see that in our Discord. If you go to the key levels, the Bounce Watch channel. So Bounce Watch channel today, only alerts we have from October 9th is going to be on PRZO. Just a whole bunch of alerts on PRZO. Last alerts were $1.95 and $1.91 on this move. So PRZO is grinding from that level, as we can see. And if we look at our scanners, you're not going to see PRZO right now. I will fix that. We've got scanners for the market hours, or excuse me, the pre-market, and we have scanners for the aftermarket that do find these moves. But right now I don't have anything on the market hours for looking for no float. So this has no float listed. But we've been on top of this one. It's in our day trading chat. It's all over Benzinga, so whatever chat room you're in, hopefully you're seeing alerts on PRZO. We've got alerts in probably 5-6 different channels in Discord, but we don't have them on our scanner right now, so I need to fix that, and I will be fixing that today for our team. So everything will be shutting down around 2:30. No position for myself at this time. PRZO watching this one grind into these levels. Hearing HUBC right now as well. This one's dropping. Let's see what that one looks like, PEV. Because this one was moving earlier, so let's see how it looks on the indicator. So the indicator is showing me it's going to bounce, or could look for a bounce around $1.36 possibly. It doesn't look like it has bounced since. So it's walking down with it, but you can see the volume is just dying out on that one too. HUBC, low cheapo, making some noise. Looks like it's struggling here. Had an overbought right there on HUBC. Not seeing anywhere where it oversold. Well, all the way down here, but that was last Friday. HUBC, a little cheapo here moving. This one is not with the levels. I do have the levels on this one as well. I think we marked this one already. Do we have levels? Yes, we do. All right, cool. Yeah, so I mark each one of these charts for our team every day. So HUBC is struggling at that level of 48. And it's deleting it for some reason. Weird. Let's take a look on here. Oh, that's why. Because it's, you can see right now, overbought level 48 cents. You can see 49 cents. This thing is starting to hit these resistance levels like that. Bullish vertical trend. Nice move on HUBC. A little cheapo here moving into these overbought levels. So you can see that it is overbought. We've got this zone right here of resistance that it's starting to enter into. We've got a support area or buy zone probably around 40 cents or below. Right now, 50 cents should act as resistance, which is, you know, the mental 10-cent level on a cheapo anyway, so it makes sense. HUBC hitting the scanners, and this one's on a cheapo scanner that we have. So these are cheapos. There's 50 cents. Bullish vertical trend. There's 50 cents there. We'll see what it does. See what it does in the close. Has not closed yet. And look, they moved up 51 cents. So 51 cents is the key level. That would be the halt level, which on this cheapo, it's not going to halt at 51 cents. That's for other stocks. Short watch level is right here around 51 cents. So a little retrace here or breather would make sense. So it doesn't mean that it's going to fall all the way down to Nowheresville, but what it does mean is that, again, if I'm in the position, I may want to lock in some profit. I just saw your message in chat, guys. Appreciate it, Benny. Thanks, Karma. I'm awake. I'm awake. I don't know what happened there. You know what it is this indicator has so much to it. It has so much to it right now, and I'm still working on cleaning everything up and back testing this week, but it has so many options and things available to it that I'm still getting used to it myself. And that's why we're back testing and we're testing it this week. So I have to test it before I can even, dish it out. I think it's going to be really cool. Again, it's predicting those moves on PRZO. We can see that we're starting to gap up into those crazy levels. It's retracing back down. This is awesome to see if you're in the position long, but who would have thought that would happen, right? That's not very typical something like that happens. So that's not the type of probability or trades that I'm after all the time. I'm looking for a little bit higher probability setup. So right now, as we drop down, I can see that we've got bounce watch alerts around, around 243 and around that 240 area. So 240 to 250 area is going to be where there's a possible bounce watch. And if we start to gap back up, we're looking at 272, 274. Now, we also know that we have confirmation, right? We've got confirmation on it. We closed over our key level of 245. So that is our level we need to hold is 245, 248, and 250 as those are our key levels. So if we close under 250, well, there's room for concern. You can always take the trade if we close back over 250, but it's very high risk, right? So we're trading around a mental level, which is the level that we have in our key levels channel. So if you go to the key levels channel, you'll see we've got PRZO 238, 245, and 250. So 250 is going to be the important level that we're watching on PRZO. But no position for myself at this time. Oh, I heard SPY hit new highs. Let's see. SPY is hitting new highs. That's cool. Here, Charlie on it a little bit. We've got SPY hitting new highs. That's cool. Nice to see. Fell up from Friday's session into this morning's session. Let's see what Tesla is doing. Tesla, we've got the indicator on. Let's see how it's doing. So Tesla, we can see we had an alert over here. We had it oversell, so it crossed these buy lines, and it bounced up from there. And then, as we can see, we have not had an oversold. So, but we're coming back down now on this. We've got alerts on SMX. SMX, I believe we have marked as well. Yes, we do. I'll get this out to our team and hop back over to PRZO because I think this one's got a better chance, but we'll see what happens. So this is on SMX. So you guys have my levels there on SMX. All right, so we've got PRZO here, which is moving in the right direction for the most part on the day. If we zoom on out and look left, right, we're actually moving in the right direction today overall. So this is really nice. And where do we see the areas of value? Right here, oversold, oversold, oversold. And right now we have not hit oversold. We'll see what happens. Let's see SMX on the indicator. So this is a new BB key levels spotter indicator that I've built. It's been taking a while. It's pretty cool. But you guys will see bounce watch alerts will be down here around 24 cents. That seems a little cheap. This thing is moving. Huh, interesting. So SMX now is, let's see, hitting some bullish vertical trend alerts. So it's a red flag there, red flag on a vertical trend percentage. Bullish vertical trend has got 5 or more green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's posting a bullish vertical trend at a short watch level and a halt level. But it looks like the halt level is not firing off here. This may adjust. Interesting. So SMX is giving us some alerts, but it's struggling right now. We've got it at resistance 219, 246, and 265 above cluster of resistance on this one. That's SMX. No position for myself at this time. I'm going to let that one go without me. Not really in love with that setup. PRZO. This one really, guys, has been the one I'm watching pretty much all day. I know I shouldn't be glued to the same chart all day long, but this has been the guy. This has been the stock of the day, right? Or the flavor of the week, or whatever you want to call it. This is the one. So PRZO has been offering a lot of range and opportunity for us day traders. I made my trades on it this morning. I was trading I was buying into a dip here. Let's see, PRZO, I believe I was getting in pretty early on. Let's see. Go to the day trading chat. We'll scroll up to this morning, see what we've got. So PRZO this morning, we were on this one all morning long. You guys can see here in the chat that we have a lot of info on it and what we're looking for and all that good stuff. Let's see. PRZO all out for now. Some target hit. That's where a few of us were trading it this morning. It was pretty early on, 8 o'clock this morning, so it wasn't super late, but wasn't early either. PRZO. I'm trying to just look for the time. Yeah, we had this back in PRZO. A few of us were trading it this morning. We were all kind of on top of this one. Of course, we knew what one to trade. We knew what one was going to be, what we're looking for. So here we go. So this morning right here in PRZO. So I started filling in PRZO. I had a 169 average at 7:22 a.m. Eastern. So I guess it was pretty early. If we zoom on out, let's see, 7:22 was right here. So on this move below. So as we were filling down here, you know, I was trying to buy into this dip. I was looking for a bounce at 7 a.m. I won't lie. I was looking for a little bounce here at 7 and just around that 7. It didn't happen until later. So we were able to get ourselves out and squeeze some profit out of this. Once I saw it was overbought and before, I was taking profit because I started to build into a size. To be honest, I built into a size a little too large. I started as a small size, but as it fell down, I started to kind of fall with it, which I don't typically do. But what I was doing is putting faith into the new indicator that I have that's literally telling me where it's going to be, you know, looking for algorithmic bounce type of plays. And that's what this one is, the bounce watch level. So right now, same idea. If I was looking for that now, I'd be looking from 247. So I wouldn't really jump the gun here. I'm not the type to buy a test of the 9 EMA or a test of the 20 EMA or whatever. The reason I have these on this indicator is so for the traders who commonly use those crossovers, I can spot that now. So I can see that on the chart. So I can see when you're basically, putting conviction into it and saying that this is a buy signal. So I can combine that signal with multiple other signals that I have. I can basically say, okay, it's above my buy zone, it's above this zone, it's above this zone. I've got more green lines than red, right? So I have more support areas than I have resistance areas. So maybe it's feasible to take the trade, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe I prefer to have more resistance levels than these green levels below. In other words, the price would be below each one of these lines, but that would be pretty extended. Look at that right there on PRZO. So now it's entering into our bounce watch level. Look at that. So this is now entering into our bounce watch level right there. So 241, just hit that bounce watch level. Look at it bounce right back up. Again, what this is doing is literally looking for what the algorithms are looking for, but we're trying to predict that before it happens. That is why it's so important that's why I think this indicator will be so valuable, on top of all of the other, of course, value that it adds. But I think what's so valuable about this is that it's literally predicting where those algorithms are looking for. So if you're the type of trader who likes to, assess the risk and maybe, set up an area where you think you're going to go long and you have a stop loss planned, then maybe this is a good setup for you because, you can say, okay, I'll enter here, stop loss here, profit target here. This gives you a 4% trade or 5% target if you can hit it, and it gives you a 1.6% loss if it stops below. And it's not a terrible risk to reward ratio. That's a 3 risk to reward ratio. So that's pretty good. So, it's just an idea. This isn't the set in stone, what I'll be doing with this. But again, we knew that this level was going to possibly provide that bounce. So maybe you're the type of trader that, looks for that and says, you know what, I want to get in. I'll get down to this oversold level and I'll have my stop at the bottom of the whole pack there. And we're looking at a 2 risk to reward ratio. So it's still feasible. And you're looking at these lines above, which would be the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA as a possible resistance, just a quick scalp target to that level, right? So real time, we can see that, but not just get the alert when it happens, but get the alert before it happens. We know that that is possibly resistance, or bounce watch area. And same thing, if we start to pop, we know that these are going to be possible resistance areas, as a lot of traders are using that 9 EMA and 20 EMA and things like that. So we can see, look at that, we're rejecting a little bit, coming back down into our bounce watch area. So let's see what happens here again. So oversold level now is 241. We hit 243 low. So if we start to come under 241 and 238, and let's see, the bounce watch is at 236. So anywhere between 230 and say 240. So 230 to 240, we should see a possible bounce here. Unless, of course, there's an offering, in which case this is why it's best to have yourself a plan. So maybe you have a plan. I'm going to buy here. My stop will be here. That's the end of it. I'm not budging on that. And I'll give myself, a healthy 2 risk to reward ratio here, right? So we'll do it like that. So again, another bounce from that area. It tested into our area. It's bouncing back up. We have a 245 key level, so it may be an area to take some profit off the table. And we've got that 9 EMA and 20 EMA, which we may test above around the 250 and 253. So let me get this, let me move this over here so you guys can see. And so this is where our trailing stop loss is as well. So as this adjusts, we can adjust our position. So we can say, okay, if this goes up, well, so does our stop loss. Okay, that moved up. So I'm going to move it with the price. So you can see this. So we'll keep an eye on it for a minute. Some coffee in the system. Maybe too much coffee today. And this one was all over our pre-market scans. We were well aware of this one. This is on the watch list from Friday as well. And we have this green area on the chart. Look at that, the green area, and it says it's entering oversold. Has not finished the candle yet, so we'll see what happens here. This is very important. If it closes in the green area, it's going to send an alert to our team. So we can see it's entering oversold here, but will it actually oversell? And you can see it's crossing this oversold line. And right now you see a lot of stuff going on there. So let me go over here so it's easy for you to see. So PRZO, This is what we're just fixated on right now, this indicator and these levels. So are we oversold? Yes, we are. Yeah, this on here. All right. So we've got the oversold area as well. So in the green area is oversold. So now we can see in our chat, we're getting bounce watch alerts here. So be careful shorting here. So if you're shorting, be careful. If you're looking for short entries, might get a bounce around 234. Excuse me. Let's see what happens. 227 is the low. Bounce watch alert here is 227. So 227 is the level it should bounce from. Just because it should doesn't mean it will. We got to be careful here. So as this price moves, we're holding. And I'm not in this position right now, actually, guys. So I'm not holding anything. I'm holding my breath and hoping that it goes up for all the traders who are in this one. But right now, bounce watch. It's in the buy zone, though. See, buy zone 233. Target areas would be, again, let's see, oversold areas 237. We want to see 240, say 244, 240 area would be a nice sell area if it could pop. So let's see what it does. 227 is the low. We're getting multiple bounce watch alerts here in chat. So in the day trading chat, you'll see 227, 234 bounce watch alerts here on PRZO. Want to verify with Benzinga that we don't have, make sure we don't have anything news-wise on it. So we just want to verify that we don't have an offering out. I don't see anything here. If we can go to SEC filings, I don't see anything here either. So I'll keep that up on a separate screen and make sure that we don't have an offering. So there we go, 235, a little pop. That's not really the pop we're looking for. We want 230, or excuse me, 240. 240 would be a nice little pop from that 227. But that being said, if you're comfortable with profit on that, not a bad idea to lock it in, right? So you can see that these levels are adjusting. So say you got in, let's say you got in at, let's see, buy zone is 229. Let's say you got in at 229. Let's go down here and put it in the manual stop loss. So manual stop loss right here, 229 is where we got in, right? So we'll say 229 is where we got in, and we want to set it on the chart, and there we go. So 229. So we have a manual stop loss on here as well. We're looking for the one with the M on it. Trailing stop loss. There it is. So M right there with the M. 214 would be the level. So it is basically telling us that if we're in at I think we said 229, our stop loss level would be right around here. And that will adjust. Our profit target would be right around here, which is the 242. So that would adjust, right? So we're watching here. So again, our stop loss would be down here all the way at the, let's see, right around that area. We got in right here at 227. Actually, 229, excuse me, 229. So there we go. So we're just about at that target there. So as I'm over here yapping and doing all this color and stuff, and that's why I don't really care for this. That's why I love the indicator, because again, it's just going to plot those levels for me. I don't have to waste time with this. It was oversold over here. We got the alerts. We're looking for 240. There's 240. So, you know, end game done. We're done. That's it. You know, take profit, hold a lotto in case you feel there's continuation, in case you feel this is a complete reversal, which it very well could be. We've got a lot of levels down here. We even have the 200 EMA down here. So as you can tell, our stop loss is moving up with the price. So let's see, where's our manual stop loss? Right down here, 214. So 214 is our stop loss price down there. As we gap up, we could adjust that, and I would be. It just moved up a little bit, but I would move it up, guys. We're hitting target areas. I would take profit. We don't need the stop loss anymore because we're green. At this point, we could put our stop loss somewhere in here where we could just protect our green profit, right? And so again, you know, what are we getting in the chat, guys? We're getting these alerts, 227, 234, 227, and 234. What's the low? 227. What's the current price? 242. So we're looking for, you know, a 10-cent pop on something like that would be nice. And that's exactly about what we're getting here on PRZO. So not a bad little idea here. Entered oversold here. Entered oversold here. That's where we start to buy. This is our buy zone. You can see it right here, buy zone. So it's telling us where that's going to happen. We, again, if you just look back in this video, guys, you'll see this was predicted. We were predicting this level. We weren't sitting here and waiting for it. We were predicting it. So we were very much ready for, you know, the attack on this, and it worked out. So for anyone who took that, hopefully you're green. No position for myself at this time, but you can see that this indicator is really cool for helping spotting those levels. So we've got down below, we've got the 1 minute 200 EMA at 225. That's 7% down from the current price. And you can see the percentages next to each one of these. If I turn these up, let's see, I could change these to large as well, and you'll see that. So that's the VWAP large. Let's see. We'll do the 200 EMA large as well. And you can make them, you know, whatever size you want, but let's see, large on this one as well. And hit OK. So now you can see the 200 EMA is a little bit larger there. So it's and adjusting the percentage from it. So we can see that pretty clear. Here, ACXP getting a pop here. Let's see what ACXP looks like. ACXP on this indicator looks like it is hitting a short watch level. It's close to a halt level around 335 at the top. We'll see what it does here. It's basically, I would pull this up and I'd say, I'm not sure about this right now. So I got to wait for a little breather here as it looks like it's pretty extended. It's overbought. But that being said, it may very well just smash these levels. I love to see that, but I can't take that myself. So I'll sit out. Nice, Karma. Way to go. Just saw your message in chat. Nice. Yeah, I think that's what it's best for, to be honest with you. I think it's best for those quick, quick scalps. That's why I list them as bounce watch alerts rather than reversals, because the reversals are just, they're really hard for someone to say and commit to, no, it's a reversal, because who really knows? I don't think anyone really knows. So I think the best you can do is just take profit where you see fit. And then, like I say all the time, hold a lotto. It's something I do myself in my own trading often, and it's helped me get some icing on the cake. But if you can hold a lotto, you can get yourself a little extra icing on the cake at times. So this one's with our levels. Let me pull it up over here. So ACXP is going. PRZO, just keeping an eye on it. Fizzling out in volume, hitting our resistance levels. You can see the 9 EMA is not above the 20 EMA. We'd like to see that it's above these, and right now we have these red as resistance. The buy zone and bounce watch levels would be around 229. So as the price drops, this will drop with it a little bit. So I would guess that it's going to be closer to probably about 220 to 225 would be the bounce watch area. But we'll see. So guys, I think that's about it today. We don't have a whole lot going on. I'm not taking any of these trades. I'm not giving back my profit yet. Wanted to go over this indicator live so you guys can see what it's doing and why it's doing what it's doing. The value here is that it's this is the BB key level spotter. We have levels being plotted for us so that we don't have to look for those. So you've got the 1 hour EMA down here, the 30-minute 200 EMA here, the 15-minute 200 EMA here, and you can see the percentage change from those levels. So we know exactly what the price is, $1.09, $7, $23, and what the percentage change from that level is right now. So if I measure this from this line and just measure up to here, it's saying this is about 94%, which is a bit off. So I'll have to adjust that a little bit. But that's the goal here, is that they're supposed to be telling us what the percentage change is from each one of these levels. So let's see, from the current price down to the oversold level, it's about 4%, which is what that's showing us, 4%, 4%. So we can see that that's what it's doing. It's giving us the percentage. I can adjust the size of some of these, which I need to do so, as I have a few of them large and some of them are not. So I just want to fix that. Just a messed up. There it is. All right, cool. So yeah, so buy area or bounce area to watch would be down here at, currently it's around 225. So 225 would be around that area. We got the VWAP down here at 219. Let me see if that's correct. So if I add the VWAP to the chart and take a look at it, you can see that this blue line is that VWAP, and you can see that that VWAP is 219. You can see the price tag over here, 219. So yes, the VWAP is correct. We'll get that off of the chart. And again, this is just one indicator that's going to plot all of that for me. I don't have to waste time adding multiple indicators or doing that. So we're saving time, saving money, and PRZO is one to watch. So guys, I appreciate your time today. I hope everyone had a great trader talk session here with me. It's a little bit of a slower market today overall. PRZO is really our big winner. We've got a few pop and drops here and there. Be careful with those. It's very risky to be trading on days like this that don't really have the breaking news and volume to really support trades behind these. So trade the volume as you see it. If you're trading confirmation, which I'm always trading confirmation, hopefully you're avoiding major losses, similar to myself, and we're looking for a clean close over key level for it to tell us it's bullish, and close back below to tell us that it is bearish. And at this point, we can see that we had 248, 250, and as I mentioned earlier, close below 250 right there happened, and this candle closed at 248, I believe. Yes, 248. So 2 cents below our 250 level. That's our signal to bail on the trade. It's not working out, and I'm glad we did because of this mess. But close back above 245, 250 is worth watching for a possible move all the way up to $3, as we don't have any major levels between that. But of course, if we have our short watch area here around 254, and this will adjust with the price. So kind of a different approach, but you guys get the idea. But I appreciate your time, guys. If you found any value in today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next Trader Talk session or in the next video. I do have a video coming out either tonight or tomorrow on a whole Benzinga layout, a momentum-based layout that you can build through Benzinga. It's really simple, really easy, and I think it can be really helpful. So stay tuned for that. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.